I've never been in a relationship or kissed a guy. But I slept with a girl without love. There was excitement, desire, but there were no emotions. I didn't like all this aftertaste, as if something was wrong and I made a mistake. I communicate a lot with guys even from different countries and identified one pattern: almost everyone almost from the first minutes needs either your photos or a call with sexual overtones. I sincerely do not understand why, for most people, any acquaintance implies sex first, and not the search for a girl whom you will truly love. Why is it impossible to get acquainted, chat, go on romantic dates? Where are the guys who want to get to know a person first, fall in love, and only with a loved one to start a bed life full of passion and emotions? That's why I don't date guys, still never kissed a virgin. I want all this with a person who will need all of me, not just my body.
I have problems with the intestines, which are manifested in the fact that I purge from everything, from vegetables and fruits, from bread and milk, from meat and fish, from sweets and from alcohol, from excitement, from sleep less than 9 hours, from hunger, from overeating, from spicy, from salty, from sports and walking, during constipation and when I want to go to the toilet. In front of people, I hold on, squeeze my muscles and then suffer from abdominal pain for hours. And at home, I just don't stop. I don't understand how my husband still hasn't left. Not a wife, but a leaky balloon.
My parents say that I became a heel and my wife forces me to communicate with her relatives, forbids me to go to her. They don't believe it's my decision. I am drawn to her relatives, because they are simple, kind people, without manipulation, blackmail and eternal discontent. They are going to the country, I propose to take them. They will say thank you 100 times. At the dacha they force them to lie down and do nothing, at most stand by the brazier with a beer and chat with the father-in-law. My people are calling, ordering them to be taken early tomorrow morning, swearing all the way, at the dacha you have to plow non-stop, and I do everything badly, rude and ungrateful. And there are hundreds of such cases. I really rest my soul with my wife's relatives. I can blow myself up to her brother, who needs to glue the wallpaper, or take medicine to her mother. I'm thrilled to do everything. It doesn't work that way with mine. It's always not enough for them. It's always wrong. I always have to. I'm always a fool. Then they are still dissatisfied that I rarely go to them and answer calls every other time.
This is kind of gross, but I call it the Circle K story. The night before I drank probably 8-10 beers with friends and totally forgot that the next day my mom wanted me to take her out to a Dia de los Muertos festival happening downtown. I live in the Phoenix metro area, so I drive us out there. My girlfriend is along as well, and we walk around for a bit. We have some really good pulled pork sandwiches and some jamba juice. Yes, I know you'd expect Mexican food, but that's what we ate. Once we'd seen everything we wanted to see, we decided it was time to head home. On the way back to my car though, my stomach started bothering me. You know that feeling you get when it's like, well, I know diarrhea is coming, but I think I can make it. It didn't feel that bad, so I figured I'd make it home, only a 15-minute drive. Well, 5 minutes into the drive, I realized that wasn't the case. Apparently the mix of beer, pulled pork, and juice had become some sort of ultra-pressurized shit bomb that was ready to explode any moment. I started freaking out, trying to drive safely as possible while also locating a bathroom. But the part of town I was driving through didn't have much of anything, just closed down shops and nowhere to really stop and use the restroom. Then I saw it, a Circle K corner store on the horizon. I parked as fast as possible, legs shaking, and ran inside, ready to release the nuclear bomb that inhabited my bowels. I asked the clerk, "May I use your restroom?" To which he replied, "No, employees only." At this point my mouth just sort of dropped open. I literally could not hold it any longer. "Please. This is an emergency," I pleaded, but he just stared at me, smug in the fact that I would not receive the key to my lower intestinal salvation. Pissed off and unable to walk, I ran back out to my car, ready to drive down the street and hopefully find another place to shit. But my mom had gotten out and was looking at a freaking red box. I had no time, I had to go, and there was nothing else I could do about. So I did what any sensible person would do, I sprinted back around behind the store, dropped my pants, and shed against the back wall of the place. It was the most embarrassing yet relief-inducing moments I have ever experienced. And as I began to wipe my ass with some random receipts I had left in my wallet, I looked up to notice a group of 8-10 day laborers that had been standing on the street corner watched me do the whole thing. They were laughing hysterically, a few of them clapping and giving me thumbs up. When I made it back to my car for a hasty getaway, my mom had the gall to ask, "Do you still need to go?"
Guy, 18 years old. I live with my father. Once I went for a walk at night, and everything began to spin. It went. In general, I came home only after 3 days. When he came in, Dad asked, "Why didn't you buy bread?" In short, he thought that I went to the store. For 3 days. The highest level of care.
One morning before school, my brother and sister were eating breakfast, Rice Krispie treats to be exact. Just as my brother took a huge spoonful, he suddenly got the urge to sneeze. He attempted to hold it back but realized that that wasn't an option and turned his head to sneeze while flailing his arms trying to stop the sneeze. Well, as he turned, he looked straight at my sister and just let it fly. Rice Krispie treats all over her face and in her hair. Which then made her start to dry heave, which made my mom dry heave and then made it full circle and got my brother to dry heave. A wonderful morning.
I have problems with the intestines, which are manifested in the fact that I purge from everything, from vegetables and fruits, from bread and milk, from meat and fish, from sweets and from alcohol, from excitement, from sleep less than 9 hours, from hunger, from overeating, from spicy, from salty, from sports and walking, during constipation and when I want to go to the toilet. In front of people, I hold on, squeeze my muscles and then suffer from abdominal pain for hours. And at home, I just don't stop. I don't understand how my husband still hasn't left. Not a wife, but a leaky balloon.
I am often asked to retell this story. My friends and I were in a bar and a cover band was playing. The soloist was unpleasant. He made very obscene flirtations with all the women in the audience and acted too pretentious to play in a cover band. It annoyed everyone. At some point during the show, he says, "I would like someone special to take the microphone and say a few words." Then he lowered the microphone stand so that the microphone was right where his crotch was. I don't know how he originally planned this segment to be a success, but before he could say anything, I yelled in a high voice, "I'm so small." The singer was stunned. The audience laughed and applauded. Clearly flustered, he clumsily raised his bar again and played the next song.
If you want to watch videos and earn cryptocurrency, if so, follow the link in the description.